So NCI is the Nikkei Community Internship. It's hosted by the Japanese American nonprofit Kizuna, which gives college students an opportunity to build networks, professional skills, and make an impact on the Japanese American community. NCI takes a group of college kids and places them around various organizations within the Japanese American community, specifically in Los Angeles, San Jose, San Francisco.
I chose to be a part of the NCI program because I wanted to learn what it meant to balance a professional career while maintaining a deep commitment and involvement with the communities that I'm a part of and that I loved.
So I heard about this program through some of my friends on the Kakehashi Japan trip, and they told me that it was a good opportunity to get more involved in the JA community.
I originally joined NCI because I wanted a way to give back to my community and I wanted to gain some professional experience, but I ended up learning way more than I thought I would. That really fundamentally changed the way I think about not just the Japanese American community, but my own personal history.
So for me, I first heard about NCI through my Nikkei Student Union. They hosted a professional event, and there I got to meet the NCI coordinator for that year. Looking back, I really wanted to find an internship for that summer and found NCI to be a great opportunity to get my foot into the door. I chose NCI because it allowed me to connect with the Japanese American community as well as gain a professional experience.
So the work you do as an intern varies greatly depending on which organization you're placed with. So for instance, I'm placed at Nichibei Foundation, where I have been working on their marketing and social media presence. So I have been editing videos and posting to their new Instagram, which I also started, and helping with their website rebuild.
For my internship, I'm working with the Japanese American Museum in San Jose as a grant writer. So specifically, that would be writing out the needs of the museum and then submitting grant applications into donor organizations for the museum to fund various projects that they are working on. And then also as part of my internship experience, I'm interviewing a lot of the community members in San Jose, Japantown, as well as a lot of local elected officials. So that has been pretty cool, getting to meet a lot of the people that I just have never had the experience or the chance to otherwise. And then I'm relatively new to the San Jose Japantown community, so just meeting people in this way has been really easy for me to get started with getting to know the community better. And the word interview sounds a little bit daunting, but it's actually been very nice and just super fun talking to a lot of the leaders and the community members, and they also give you a lot of career and academic advice, so that's also pretty cool. Also, as part of the internship program, I participate in intern days that happen every Thursday, along with the San Francisco and SoCal cohorts, where we learn more about the JA history, community, and advocacy.
So this summer I've been doing a lot of transcriptions of some oral histories of those who were affected by the incarceration centers. And I've also been doing some Japanese translations of a diary that was kept during those times. And I think it really taught me what it was like during those times, especially because my relatives were in Hawaii during World War II, so they did not get incarcerated, and so I'd never heard stories like this before. So I think my work at Ninjas has not only helped to educate me, but will educate those in the future further down the line.
For me, I interned at Kizuna, where I had a chance to see their other programs besides NCI, such as summer camp and a high school leadership program. My typical work week kind of looked like this. So I had 3 days. I was involved in summer camp around different locations in Southern California, running logistics and just hanging out with the kids, acting as a counselor. Then I have 1 day in the office where I just do a bunch of work regarding learning how to be more professional and basically shaping my whole business experience. Then I had 1 day bonding with my cohort. So for those days, we got to meet various different organizations in the JA community, such as Okaidi, Vigilant Love, API Forward Movement, and Cato. This helped me understand how the Japanese American community has various different resources available to them. It also gave me a chance to get to know my cohort better because we're always spending those similar days with each other and just getting to know each other better.
So my favorite memories from the NCI program include listening to guest speakers, meeting other Japanese American college students, and visiting the Asian American Studies Department at UCLA.
So my favorite memories so far have been being able to tour San Francisco's Japantown, all the Zoom meetings with my fellow interns where we get to bond, and just getting to know more about the Japanese American community in general.
A little bit about me, I'm a Shin Issei, so I immigrated here from Japan when I was a lot younger. So I had always been navigating through the search for my identity, and this internship program has really taught me what it means to be Japanese American, and that was just something I never really thought about prior. And just the rich history behind the J identity, I'm really glad I got to explore all of that through this internship.
These different experiences in the internship allowed me to gain more of a business and community perspective.
I think growing up in the community, you can sometimes not get the formal education about the community history and all that, so I ended up learning way more than I thought I would about SoCal Japanese American community and NorCal Japanese American community, and how that history connects with the larger experience of being an Asian American, which I think was super fundamental for me in terms of figuring out who I was and the responsibilities that I have as an Asian American. Yeah, the biggest takeaway for me was probably the other connections that I made to the Asian Americans who are part of the cohort. Yeah, they have a lot of energy and love for the community, and they're keeping me plugged in and really feeling connected to the community even when I'm not necessarily in Torrance or at school.
So whether you're a college student or a high school one, there are many opportunities to get involved with Kizuna or just any J organization in general. For high school students, you can get involved by volunteering to be a counselor at the summer camps, or you can sign up for leadership to learn more about the Japanese American community. As college students, to get more involved within the community, you can always apply for NCI. It's available. Applications are available in around February and kind of due around April-ish. It's a great way to learn more about the community while also giving back at the same time. And also, another great way for you guys to be involved is to join an NSU at your colleges. A lot of the colleges in SoCal have an NSU, and it's a great opportunity to meet other like-minded individuals.
Overall, NCI was a great experience. I super recommend that you apply. You can go to the Kizuna website to learn more about it.
I would really encourage all of you to get involved if you can. For more information, you can go to the JCYC website for the San Francisco cohort, or the Japantown Community Congress of San Jose for the San Jose cohort, and the Kizuna website for the Los Angeles cohort.
So if anything, feel free to reach out to me if you guys have any other questions. I would be happy to share more of my experiences about NCI. You can contact me at ethangan3@gmail.com. Also, if you guys ever are on the Kizuna YouTube channel, please go check out my YouTube video that I posted last year about my internship experience. It will give you great insight of how a day of an intern is like.
So I would highly recommend this internship to anyone who is interested in the Japanese American history or the community right now, who wants to get involved but doesn't really know where to get started with.
Thank you, and please get involved.
Join NCI!
Thanks.
I'll see you guys later. Peace.